Welcome back to AskAPop. Today we're talking about I'll always love you. I'm going to share something personal with you today. A few weeks before my mom changed her church to the New Jerusalem, we were on the back porch and, she just loved sitting back there and we'd talk about everything, the moon, the stars, whatever. She just loved sitting back there and we'd reminisce and like I said, she just loved it. And a few weeks before she passed on, she just stopped and looked at me dead in the eyes, serious as everything, and said, "Bud, I've always loved you. Didn't necessarily always like you, but I always loved you." Didn't quite know how to take that, and at the time I took it kind of as a backhanded compliment, and I thanked her. But as years got on and I started raising a kid of my own, I finally got it. But it wasn't until I started raising a kid of my own that I did, because you see, no matter what he did, and especially if you've been raising a teenager, you know what I mean. They can do some humdinger things, and you might not necessarily like what they're doing. You might not like him at that moment, but you always love him. I would never refuse him access to my table. I'd never refuse. He was always a guest of honor at our table. I always liked him. I always loved him. Didn't necessarily like what he was doing. Didn't necessarily like him at the time, but I always loved him. Wow, my mom's smart. Now that I'm a little older, even still, I think about my Savior and, more importantly, my Lord, and think of how He always loves us. And I'm sure He doesn't always like what we're doing some of the times, but He always loves us. It's in the Bible. You can look it up. And He's even challenged us to do the same. That's one of our Bible verses today. And I'm going to take Mom's lesson from way back when to the next level. And I'm going to try to love everybody. And even though I might not like them all the time, I'm going to try to love them. And particularly the ones that I might not be liking all the time. I'm going to love like God says, love our neighbors. And particularly the ones that I might not like right away, I'm going to pray extra hard for them and pray extra hard for myself for the reasons maybe why I don't like them. And maybe pray for them and the reason why they might not be likable for me at that time. Anyway, just some thoughts from a guy that was lucky enough to be raised by a super awesome mom. The Bible verses today are John 21:15 through 19 and Mark 12:28 through 28 through 34. And as far as questions, how do you handle people you don't like? How about situations you don't like? God bless you. I love you.